Guys, how are you? I hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing a movie review. This movie is a horror film from the United States, English language, released in the year 2015, directed by Adam Schindler, and this film is called Shut In. So Shut In is about this woman who's agoraphobic. She hasn't left the house in 10 years, ever since her father passed away, and the only person she's got for company is her cancer-suffering brother. The brother's got pancreatic cancer, and one day he dies, and she is left devastated. She's all alone, so now she's going to have to contemplate a life by herself. So on the morning of her brother's funeral, she wants to go and pay her respects, but she ultimately can't do this because she's afraid of going outside, so she decides to skip the funeral. But to her surprise, she is basically interrupted by 3 house invaders. These house invaders break into the house thinking that the house is going to be empty because of the funeral, but to their surprise they come across this woman. They're actually looking for something of value within this house, and so they ask this woman questions. She's not giving them answers, so they decide to threaten her. But what they don't know is that this woman, there is a lot more to this woman than first meets the eye, and their lives are going to be in grave danger. So what that danger is, something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Shut In. After I saw the trailer to this film, I was actually intrigued. Now I think the trailer gives a little bit too much away, and if it didn't give as much away as it does, I think it would have had a little bit more impact for me watching this film. But after the trailer I thought, yeah, okay, this looks a little bit creative. This actually looks pretty freaky, and it looks nasty as well. So coming into the film, I had these expectations. Unfortunately, were never met in this film. It's not as good as the trailer would suggest, and I thought that was very disappointing because it has a lot of promise. Technical wise, it is very well done. It's very well shot. Cinematography is excellent. The setting of this house, it actually feels like a character of its own, because this is the centre of the universe for this woman. When she goes outside, the camera is used in a way where you feel very disorientated, so you feel that there's a lot of threat outside. So you're creating a lot of suspense from absolutely nothing, and that takes a lot of skill. And Adam Schindler, he does have a very solid platform. He has this woman who's very mysterious. She's going through a debilitating illness. She is trying to cope with the loss of her brother, so there is a lot of emotional depth to this character, and you really like this character, and it actually gives you the impression that she's harmless. And then as the movie goes along, her character starts to evolve, and she starts to be someone that you didn't initially think she was, and so that is very slowly creeping under your skin, and it was very unnerving. But unfortunately, everything that the movie has good that's going for it is undone by something that is very disappointing in the end. So what you've got is a home invasion film, and it is a very different home invasion film because the tables are turned on the home invaders. But unfortunately, when there's a secret that is revealed about this main character, it's just not as scary. And so if the director went down a different path and actually put a little bit more of a sinister value in this main character, I thought it would have been a lot scarier. So there are so many decisions in this film that the director makes that should have been different. And if those decisions were different, this movie could have been an absolute knockout, because atmospherically it is very, very good. There's a strong level of mystery. You don't know what this woman's all about. The house invaders come in. You don't know how vicious they're going to be, but unfortunately nothing is realised. So you've got these villains who weren't very good. They weren't very menacing. They didn't have a natural quality about them where you would actually feel scared of them. It actually felt like villains for the sake of the film. They didn't naturally feel like scary people, so they really should have been casted better. But I actually thought the main character was very well done. She actually did a very good job, but the rest of the film is just lacking. She's a very interesting character, but when she unravels, it just becomes less interesting. And then it starts to go down a path of ridiculousness, basically suspension of disbelief, and that's where you can build a safety barrier, where you know you're watching a film. And other home invasion movies, they're so realistic that you think to yourself, I could actually be going through this. This could actually happen to me. And the movie does start off this way in Intruders, and it goes down a very menacing path, but then all of a sudden hits this ridiculous sort of barrier where you feel like you're watching something out of Saw. And that, as I said, that safety barrier comes up, you disconnect yourself from the overall situation, and when that happens, your interest starts to deteriorate, and in the end what it becomes is a very dull and sort of boring horror film that really should have been so much better than it was. So you've got supporting acting from Rory Culkin, who's Macaulay Culkin's brother. He plays the food man. I like Rory Culkin. He didn't really play a great role in this film. None of the other characters apart from the main character were very interesting. As I said, no menace in the villains, and at the end it does get very silly, and then right at the end I just thought, okay, well, I've already clocked out by now, I lost my interest, it's outstayed its welcome, and I really didn't care how it finished. So unfortunately, Shut In, aka Intruders, should have been a lot better than it was. For fans of home invasion films, there are so many other home invasion movies out there that are a lot better. Go and see them, because you're going to be disappointed by this one. So overall, for Shut In, aka Intruders, I am going to give it 2 stars. Alright guys, that's it for my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies. I'll see you later.